Welcome to Inside WSOP. My name is Christian Soto and we're going to talk about some hands today. So first hand is a tournament hand. This is a hand that comes from the double stack. This is a 1K unlimited re-entry at the WSOP. So in this hand, this is the last level of the night and things get a little bit interesting in this hand. I'm actually not sure if I played this hand that well. So definitely feel free to comment or give me your 2 cents, etc. So in this hand, middle position is going to open to 2,000 at 800 big blind, and he's going to cover me and the other player that's going to enter. So he opens in middle position to 2,000 at 800 big blind. We call as well in middle position directly to his left with ace jack of hearts, and we start the hand with 32,000. The big blind, who in my opinion is a slightly weaker player, it also enters the pot, and she's going to have less chips, but is not really relevant to the hand. The flop comes queen of spade, 9 of hearts, 8 of spades. Big blind checks, and now middle position fires 3,000. Now, when middle position fires on this board, especially for this size, is kind of weird. This board is going to hit my range relatively strongly. He really shouldn't have many bets here that often. He should have a lot of checks. So I feel like with my specific hand having a gut shot to a straight, a backdoor flush draw, we are incentivized to potentially make a play at this pot. So we're gonna race to 7,500, leaving ourselves 24,000 back. Big blind's going to fold, and now he takes a decent amount of time and now calls. Now, when he calls, I think he has some pair plus piece hands, maybe some worse flush draws, maybe some weird aces, things like that. His range is mostly equity hands or pair plus piece, as well as some slight overpairs. Turn's gonna come to king of diamonds. Now, this is an interesting card because it doesn't necessarily improve my perceived range, but it does definitely improve his range. Now he has king jack, king 10, all that have a spade, some that don't, as well as king queen and things like that, ace king of spades, etc. That all bet called flop. So this is actually where the things get a little interesting, and I'm unsure if I chose the most optimal play. I chose to check, and my plan was that I would have been betting a lot of turn cards that were not upside of the board, more middle to low cards. But on this specific card, I wasn't sure if I should continue running barrels. I think there's definitely an option where we bet something like 5K, leaving ourselves uncapped, where we could just have sets, straights, etc., all that are incentivized to bet this turn. However, I thought that it would be pretty risky to bet 5K and then be all in, or potentially we bet 5K and he shoves, etc. So I chose to check back. I'm still not necessarily sure about that. I think that there's definitely an option to just keep betting. So turn goes check, check. River now comes to jack of diamonds, and he chooses to check. And in the speed at which he checked, or etc., live reads, lol, I thought that he didn't necessarily have a straight. I also thought that he could have some two pair, etc., but it would be put into a tough spot. So my stack would have done damage to him. I know I didn't mention exactly how much he had. He covered, but he didn't cover by infinite. So it was a situation where he would probably lose 70% of his stack if he was to be wrong here. And I think that we have equal, if not more, 10x's than he does. I think that he's going to be checking a decent amount of his 10x's, like queen 10, 9, 10, etc. on the flop. So I think that we have a little bit more 10x's than he does. He's also might bet 3-bet a lot of his combo spade plus 10x. So if he has ace 10 of spades or something like that, he's definitely 3-betting them a decent amount of the time. So that leaves us with way more 10x's, or at least a decent amount more of 10x's than he does. So we decide to go all in, and he folds rather quickly. I'm not sure what kind of hand folds that quickly, but I think that maybe it was a hand like queen jack that potentially didn't want a hero call, etc. But in the speed in which he folded, it seemed as if he definitely made a betting mistake on the flop, which was my original read. Now, I'm not necessarily saying I played this hand optimally, and I'm definitely open to suggestions. I think turn play is definitely the most interesting spot. But I thought it was a really cool hand. I wanted to present it to you guys, and we got away with one. So, or maybe we had the best hand, who knows. But it was a lot of fun. So with that said, cut.
It's gonna get to you.